Hello, I'm Tylah Tully. Today I'm joined by Miramar Resources Technical Director Marion Bush. Marion, earlier this month the company released the initial assays from drilling at the Gidji JV Gold project. Can you give us a high-level overview of what you found so far?
Thanks very much, Tylah, and thank you very much for having me. I'm really pleased to be here. This recent announcement that we put out is the first drill results from an 11,000 metre air core drilling program that we're conducting at Gidji. The air core program follows up on previous drilling where we found 4 targets underneath the paleo channel, being the Marylebone, the Blackfriars, highway and railway targets. This drilling is designed to infill around previous drilling, which is still relatively broadly spaced. Because we are under a paleo channel and because it is supergene gold that we're finding, it's important that we really do quite tightly spaced drilling so that we can define those bedrock targets and really zero in on where the bedrock gold might be. So far, we drilled the first half of the Blackfriars infill plan, and we've highlighted a slight extension and the anomaly has gotten slightly larger. We've also seen pathfinders in there that are going to aid us in defining bedrock drill targets. We've since completed the rest of that target and we're most of the way through the drilling the Marylebone target. In about 10 days' time, the team will go back again and we will finish the whole program, hopefully. So we'll finish drilling Marylebone, highway and railway. And from this drilling, we will get, we don't just assay for gold, we get multi-element assay as well. So that gives us pathfinders that we can use to design the bedrock drilling programs. The multi-element geochemistry that we've seen so far is consistent with primary bedrock gold mineralisation. So it's a really big anomaly and we're trying to really refine down and come up with some very good bedrock targets so we can explore this as systematically and cost effectively as we can.
And tell us more about Gidji. Where's it located and what potential do you see?
The Gidji project is a cracking project, Tylah. It's located 15 kilometres just outside of Kalgoorlie. If you have driven up the Goldfields Highway and you've seen the Gidji roaster, you're smack bang in the middle of our project. The project's about 15 kilometres long. It's got a huge section of the Barara shear zone in it. We are surrounded by some really great neighbours. We have Paddington to the north, Kanowna Belle to the east, and Mount Charlotte and the Super Pit just to the south. And in fact, sometimes we joke and say that the only way to get closer to the Super Pit is to be owned by Northern Star because they're actually one of our tenement neighbours to the south. The project, when we started, we didn't expect to find quite so much gold and so widely dispersed. It's got an awful lot of potential. We refer to it as a gold camp. We think it has potential to be a gold camp. So that means to hold multiple deposits in multiple lithologies in different deposit styles. So we think it's a great project. And also, we don't need to find a huge deposit here. Because of its location, there are so many processing facilities nearby that really you don't need to find a 1 million ounce deposit for it to be economically viable at Gidji.
And gold is obviously very hot right now. How has that influenced your exploration strategy at the project?
That is a very topical question. Gold, when we last explored at Gidji, was $2,500 an ounce. Now it's $5,000. If I told you what it was when I first graduated as a geologist, it would just be giving my age away. It is fantastic for the developers. It's fantastic, especially for the miners and the producers. And now it's finally filtering down a bit to the juniors. The reason that we got our last placement away was largely to fund gold exploration. So I think it's having a really positive impact on us. Not as much as you would think because it's really an incredible gold price. I'm not sure how long it will last like that or if it will even get higher. It's phenomenal, but it's certainly had a good knock-on effect for us.
So where do you go from here? What else do you have planned?
So first we're going to finish the 11,000 metre air core program. The guys are going back in about 10 days' time and we think we'll finish the rest of the program then. So that's Marylebone, highway and railway will get completed. Depending on what those assays show us, we may go back and do a little bit more focused infill drilling, or it may give us bedrock targets that we can then pursue. Most likely drill those bedrock targets with diamond, which is why we're being so careful about getting the targets right. Diamond obviously is a lot more expensive than RC drilling. We also have another target that's drill ready, bedrock ready at Gidji, and that is our IP anomaly, which we've interpreted as a continuation of Northern Star's 8 Mile Dam deposit. They've got a 300,000 ounce deposit just on our southern boundary. We actually drilled it when we first started the company, but we drilled it just over the boundary, and we hit things that look very interesting to a geologist and visible gold, but it wasn't economically viable. Over the last 18 months, we've been doing some IP surveys, and we actually think that deposit has been shunted over to the east, and it extends to the north and actually gets shallower. So we do have a target there that we want to drill. It's not under the paleo channel, so we can hit that with RC. So that's also on the list for the next couple of months. And just touching on some of our other projects, we have the Bangamore Nickel Copper PGE project in the Gascoyne. We're very fortunate to have just received a $250,000 grant from the government's Exploration Incentive Scheme, and that will go towards it's partial funding, co-funding of a geophysics survey. So we've planned out an 850 kilometre square BTEM survey at that project. So it's a continuation of our systematic exploration up there, and we hope to get that in or completed in the next 3 to 4 months.
Definitely sounds like very busy times ahead for the company.
Yes, for sure.
Thanks for joining us today, Marion.
Thanks very much, Tyler.